Alright, masturbation, meditation, and getting past porn addiction. Like pretty much most people, especially guys, I was big into the porn. Some fancy stuff, some threesomes, all sorts of fancy wicked stuff. But as I started to improve myself and, I improved the diet and things, I was like, okay, well, maybe we'll give something else a try. So what really helped me was masturbation meditation. Not just, going to the loo and beating one off for 30 seconds or a minute, which is a lot of guys are doing. And that comes from not even connected to the poor quality kidneys storing fear through the happiness center and then out the genitals. So we can get, 5 or 10 seconds of pleasure from, a minute. Okay, good. There's not a lot out in that. So ideally, like nowadays, it's on occasion, it's multi-dimensional 5 elements. Orgasms through the breath, through having a clean, healthy, solid body. And I can guarantee you really want that. Really do. And of course, then we can share that with our partners. So for both the boys and the girls, what I found is a really beneficial practice because, hey, we got to take responsibility for our own pleasure and our own orgasmic bliss, because if we can't do it for ourselves and we're expecting a partner to do it for us, well, first of all, it's unrealistic. It's just not going to happen. But then we're placing our pleasure in the hands of another. Sure, if they can bring more to the table, but if we're at, say, level 50 and the other person's at 80, there's a little bit of a difference. But if we can bring ourselves up, then we're going to have much more orgasmic bliss as a partnership together. Makes sense, right? Do your own work. So you bring more to the table and you will attract better quality partners with less emotional garbage, especially as, with the sexy time emotional stuff does tend to come up because this is how the body works. So for masturbation meditation, what I would like to do and suggest to take it on board as you please is, go and do some mild exercise. Something you're feeling good in your body. For me, is like a gentle run or maybe like a medium session at the gym or a swim. Some yoga is always amazing. And then you're already feeling great. So you're in a good position. You go, all right, well, hang on, it's time for pleasure of me. Yeah. And, have a nice, really good option is coconut oil over the whole body, because that's the fastest way to boost your energy. And then, about half an hour later or so, jump in the shower. And you'll notice that because it's nourishing the cells, that it pushes out the gunk from the lymphatic system and throughout the cells of the skin. And then you wash it off in the warm shower. Watch how good you feel. And it's so simple. We call it an Ayurvedic daily ritual, oleation, or whole body oil massage. And it's beautiful to get in touch with your body. Put on some nice music, some incense and candles, make it a bit fancy and sexy. Because if we're setting the scene and practicing that for ourselves, then we're most likely to attract it. And also, when we realize how good that is, we're bringing that to our partnership as well. And, set the scene, put on some fancy, funky music, whatever you prefer. Sometimes I'd put on some Seal or some Sade or some funky beats and really get into it and connect with your favorite flavor of the divine. And it's nice and slow. Some meditation music is always wonderful. It's usually what I do nowadays, depending on the funkiness of the mood. And have that set at 20 or 30 minutes and build it up over time. Because and really feel all the pleasure and all the breathing through. So 2 or 5 minutes worth of breath work before you start is also wonderful to really connect with the body, because it feels wonderful. It's absolutely great. And set the music at, say, 20 or 30 minutes, and that's how long it'll last for. Because half the time when you're watching porn, it's all right, when the dude comes in and it's kind of an instruction manual for it's my time to do it. Well, okay, cool, it's time to finish, whatever. But that's an external source telling you when to orgasm. Well, we want to delay orgasm in order to make up that bliss and make it more fancy and fun. And if we're watching a television screen of someone else, well, they're telling us it's not exactly individually empowered. And who wants that? So also, what sometimes I like to do nowadays, because I'm getting a little bit fancy, I use some Ayurvedic oils. That's like Balashvagandha Talam. So it's got whole bunch of herbs in there. So then I'm nourishing my body with the beautiful herbs, and it's got a lot of nervous system relaxing properties as well. So sometimes I do that for the whole body, sometimes just, you know, around the sacral and genital area, make it a little bit fancy and sexier. Yeah, why not experiment with a few of these things? So, and of course, if we're watching television, then we're basically giving our energy to the people there. Hopefully they can handle it. But, you know, if we can keep our own internal energy and then go really internal with our eyes closed in our own tantric and spiritual practice, make it a bit fancy masturbation meditation. And there are lots of techniques on how to prolong ejaculations, but hey, if we want to stop and breathe the energy up to the crown and through the crown, then you're getting the oxygen through the whole body and the whole body's nervous system and the chakra and endocrine glands. It's much, much more pleasurable. And we can always stop and breathe and draw that energy up from the feet all the way up through the crown and then back down. Another wonderful option. So, feel free to, you know, investigate and self-pleasure. Why not? Then we can have more pleasure with others. We're more likely to find others. Then we can start moving on to other different techniques and things that are absolutely multi-dimensionally orgasmic.